Big up, people. What is happening? The Liverpool Prophet back again with another, more Liverpool related stuff to talk about. Hope we're all doing well in the comments. Big up to you all. Big up, man. Big up is what I'm going to say. Hope we're all doing well. More stuff to talk about. More Liverpool related news to talk about as well. Yesterday was a bad defeat, wasn't it? It was a bad defeat. It was really bad. There's no sugarcoating it. Going to discuss a little bit about yesterday's game, the aftermath of it. We can discuss what's next for Liverpool as well going forward, because I think that's another interesting talking point as well. And yeah, just not a great time to be supporting this club at the moment. We're in a very, very dark period, and I struggle to see how we're going to find a way out of this. I really struggle to see how we're going to find a way out of this going forward, and how we're going to be able to get back to our best. So yeah, Paris Saint-Germain, well, the full-time score was actually Liverpool 0, Paris Saint-Germain 2. We were the home side, believe it or not. Yes, we were the home side in the game. I can't lie. Going into the game, did I expect anything other than a Paris Saint-Germain victory? No, I didn't really. I actually predicted a 2-2, but I think, again, that was more so me just being hopeful. Me hoping that we can do something, turn on that Anfield magic and make a memorable night again. The opposite of that happened, to be fair. The total opposite of that happened. We just weren't at it. Yesterday was going to take a big performance. We know it was going to take a big performance. We know it was going to take something really pretty magical, pretty special for us to advance. It was going to take us being at our absolute best, and Paris Saint-Germain being at their very worst. That's what it was going to take. That's what it was going to take. And unfortunately, neither of those two things happened. Neither of those two things happened. We were at our best in the game, and they weren't at their worst. What can I say? Realistically, what can I say here to make an excuse? I'm not the type to make excuses, to be fair. I do like to say it as it is, but the lineup was strange. I'll say that, to say the least. We'll talk about the lineup a bit in a minute. Big up to Ryan, mate. Hope you're well, brother. Big up yourself, bro. Hope you're doing well. Big up, mate. But yeah, the lineup was odd. So if I just bring the lineup up again, if I can find it. Sorry, people. But I would have gone similar to the Fulham game, personally, is what I would have done. I would have gone very, pretty much give or take, similar to the Fulham game. So I just bring the lineup up. I've got it here, actually. What am I doing? Apologies, people. I'll just bring it up. If I share the screen. See, this is a better way to bring it up, because here, at least this way, you guys can actually see what the formation was, because the way the official club post it, it's not great, because they just put it in a row. Low-key, all they do is put it in a row. So you can't even tell what the lineup looks like. Okay, so in goal, it was Mohamed Ashfali, guys, as you can see. The back four, it was a back four, and then the formation was a bit odd. The formation was very, very odd for me. As you can see right there, it is a 4-3-1-2. I'm not sure what that was about. I wouldn't have been experimenting with formations in a game like this. Certainly, I can tell you that it wasn't a good idea to experiment. So obviously, Kirke's at left back, Virgil and Ibu at centre back pairing, and Frimpong at right back. I would have gone with Robertson, personally. I would have gone with Robertson. I feel for a game like this, we need the experience, we need the know-how. Robertson was here back in 2019 when we came back against Barcelona, when we made that miraculous comeback. He was in the team. He started the game. We needed our senior players who know what it takes in a game like this. So we needed the likes of Virgil, the likes of Robbo, the likes of Gomez as well because he's a senior pro. You know what I'm saying? So I would have gone with Robertson, but when the manager played Robbo on Saturday and he rested Kirkes, I had a feeling that Kirkes was being saved for this game yesterday, and Lord and behold, Kirkes is being saved for this game. I wouldn't have played him though. I would have gone with the experience, but the manager picked Kirkes. If Bradley was available, guys, if Conor Bradley wasn't injured, I think he would have been tailor-made for a game like this. Genuinely, Bradley, as we know, is more defensively astute than Frimpong. Frimpong, when he goes forward, is great. He's a very good right back going forward, and he's very effective. He can play as a right back, a right wing back, and a right winger as well if he needs to. But defensively, he's not it. We know he's not it defensively. Big up to Mob Boss, bro. Big up yourself, Mob Boss. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, defensively, we know Frimpong's not it. So if Bradley was available, I would have started him in a game like this. This is where it goes a bit weird. The midfield was Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Wirtz, and then McAllister in the 10, which doesn't make sense. It should have been Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, McAllister, and then Wirtz in the single 10. I don't know what that's all about. Honestly, why the manager didn't just do a 4-2-3-1? Why he didn't just do even a 4-3-3? Makes no sense to me. Trying to experiment with formations, not a good idea when we're 2-0 down at home to Paris Saint-Germain trying to chase a game. Makes zero sense to me. I don't know what it's about. But anyway, that was that. And then up top we got Ekatike and Isaac as the front as our two strikers. That's another weird one. Let's be honest. Why would you play Isak in a game like this? It doesn't make sense to me. Genuinely, it doesn't make sense to me. The man has just come back from a long-term injury. He's been out for God knows how long. Well, actually, he's been out since December when he picked up the injury against Tottenham away. What did the manager really expect Isak to do here in a game like this? What did he expect him to do? I didn't expect much. Against the in-form Paris Saint-Germain side at Anfield, coming to Anfield, should I say? What was it Isak, who's just come back from an injury, expected to do going into this game? Genuinely, very strange decision. No Mohamed Salah in the starting lineup made no sense. And yeah, the formation's weird as well. 4-3-1-2, which makes zero sense to me. But yeah, the manager, again, exactly right, bro. It's not the game to bring him back for. It is not the game to bring him back for. If you're going to play Isak, if you want to start him, Fulham at the weekend would have been a good way to start him if you want to give him a start. Not against Paris Saint-Germain at home. And as expected, he didn't really have much of an impact in the game. I don't expect him to have much of an impact in the game, to be fair. Having just come back from that injury, I expect it's going to take time for him to get back into the rhythm of things. So that again, that's poor management from Slot. And I feel over 2 legs here, Slot's had a complete nightmare in how he set the teams up. The first leg set up completely wrong with a back 5. Tried to play for a 0-0 draw, taking it back to Anfield, hoping we can get somewhere. Then backfired completely because they were all over us in the first leg. And this leg again, he got it wrong. He got it wrong this leg too, which is so disappointing. So disappointing. He needed to get this tactically spot on. This is a game that, these are 2 games that Slot needed to get tactically spot on, and he didn't. He didn't get them spot on at all. He got them completely wrong. Sorry, guys, I'm just checking something there. Wanted to see Rio start as well for you, but new Slot wouldn't do it. You know what, Ryan? I would have loved to see Rio start the game. I would have loved it. He should have started too, to be fair. What did we have to lose? We were 2-0 down. We were just playing for pride, realistically. So what reason did Slot really have for not giving Rio a chance? Again, it's just... It feels like he shoehorned certain players in yesterday just so he didn't have to play certain other players. That's what I get off him sometimes. That's the vibe and the impression I get from the guy. Rio should have started. Had he started, I think he could have made a difference because when he came on, he looked good. That's again... You had to get, well, Slot had to get these two games tactically spot on, and he got them tactically completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? Paris Saint-Germain yesterday came and they played a little bit differently to how I expected them to play. You know, they actually came and sat in a low block a little bit. You know, again, understandable because they're 2-0 up. They're not the ones who have to chase the game. However, I still thought they'd come and play. So they actually came and sat back a bit and said to us, you know what? You guys come, you guys have the ball, you guys try and break us down. And we were just clueless. Absolutely clueless. So the lineup was weird. But I was hoping that the lineup would pay off. I was hoping that this would work out and it would do well for us and Slot would actually get the tactical lineup spot on. But completely opposite, the complete opposite. The fans were brilliant. I just want to say that now. The fans yesterday were absolutely brilliant. From the first minute to the 90th minute, didn't stop singing, gave their all. First half, second half, it was loud. Anfield was rocking. What more can the fans do? Like, low key, what more can the fans do? They got behind the team, tried their best to get behind the players, and the players served that up for us. You know what I'm saying? All week, the players were saying, we need Anfield. All week, the manager was saying, we need Anfield. And we produced Anfield for them, and they didn't show up. What the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck? We do our best to make Anfield as energetic and lively as possible. You say that's how you want it. We give that to you. And then you don't show up on the pitch. It doesn't make sense to me, man. It really doesn't make sense to me. Szoboszlai was talking about how we need it. Szoboszlai was talking about how we're going to give our best from minute 1 to the 90th minute. I didn't see their best out on the pitch yesterday. I didn't. Maybe I'm being harsh, but I didn't see us giving our best out there. I've got to be honest, I didn't. Slot was basically begging Anfield to bail him out. If you watch his pre-match press conference, he was practically begging for Anfield to bail him out. I mean, that says it all, doesn't it, about him? And Anfield tried their best as well. And again, players just didn't show up on the pitch. Was it a bad performance overall on the night yesterday? I don't think it was a bad performance. I don't think it was terrible. But it was nowhere near good enough for what we needed. A big performance was required, and we didn't get that. Do you remember the other night I said the team back in 2019 might not have been the most talented team on paper, but it fought, it worked hard, and it did the dog work. This team is a lot more talented that we have now, but it doesn't get stuck in, doesn't fight, doesn't do the dog work. I will take that 2019 side over this side any day of the week. What good is talent if you're not going to fight on the pitch and give it your all? If you're not willing to get stuck into tackles and make it hard for the opposition? What good? And that's what I see from this Liverpool team. A lot of talent, but players who don't want to get stuck in. They don't want to tackle. They don't want to fight. And they don't want to do the dog work. That's what I see when I look at this Liverpool side compared to the side back in 2019. In 2019, we would have gotten stuck into tackles. We would have been fighting like crazy. We're not going to win. We just don't do that no more. And that was the reason why I said I don't give us a chance. Because I don't think our players have got the mentality and the mindset going into this game. And lo and behold, we didn't. We didn't. First off, was one of the deadest games you'll ever see. You actually thought it'd be a decent game. We actually thought it was going to be a decent game. We're 2-0 down. We have to go for it. They're Paris Saint-Germain. We know how Paris Saint-Germain usually play. They were going to go for it. And it was the complete opposite. It was a dead game. Paris Saint-Germain came in a bit of a low block. Liverpool had majority of the ball in the first half. But what did we do with the possession we had, really? Nothing. There was zero urgency in our way of playing yesterday, which is absolutely mental. You could have definitely made a comeback with your 2019 side compared to this Liverpool side. Oh, Ryan, like I said, Bo, that 2019 side on paper, you had Alisson in goal, Trent at right back, Van Dijk and Matip at centre back, Robertson, Henderson, Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Shaqiri, Origi and Mane. That's not the most talented side on paper. You've got Alisson, Van Dijk, Trent, Robertson in there, Firmino as well. It's not the most, not Firmino, Mane. It's not the most talented side on paper, but my oh my did they get stuck in. My oh my were they such a good side. They had the fight, the desire, the commitment. Wouldn't stop running. This Liverpool side on paper, like I said, a lot more talented when you look at the players we have now. You know what I'm saying? You've got an older Van Dijk in the team. You've got an older Salah in the team. You got the likes of Wirtz, Szoboszlai, McAllister. On paper, it's a much better side. But honestly, you put that 2019 side up against this current Liverpool side, Ryan. This current Liverpool side gets absolutely smoked by that 2019 side. It does. And with that 2019 side, I think we could have produced a comeback against this Paris Saint-Germain team. I really do. Like you said, I agree with you on that. It's just we don't have the fight currently in this current team to produce something like that. It's a shame. It's a big shame. Because at Liverpool, our morals are usually fight, commit yourself, fight, give you all on the pitch. That's the Liverpool way. And that's not been shown this season on the pitch in the majority of the games. So like I said, I can't name you a game, Ryan, that I think we've actually played well in this season. I really can't. A lot of the games we've won, we've been crap, and it's been due to individual brilliance where we get a result. I'm saying an individual moment from Szoboszlai with a free kick, a long distance goal, an individual moment from Ekitike, a Salah at times. We don't win games because we play well as a team. We win games because of individual brilliance, or because we're relying on individual brilliance. And that's exactly what I don't want to turn into. A team that isn't exciting to watch, a team that's boring, and a team that just relies on individual brilliance. And that's what we're becoming. That is slowly what we're turning into. Which annoys me. It annoys me. I've got to sit here and be honest. It annoys the hell out of me. Because I don't want to see that. I genuinely do not want to see that ever. Gala at home. Again, Ryan, Galatasaray at home was good. But I also feel that was a lot to do with them just coming and surrendering to us. Completely surrendered to us. The first leg, they made it hard for us. But away from home at Anfield, they completely crumbled under the atmosphere. So I feel like we were good, but they were also really poor on the night. And that's what I say for a lot of teams we played this season. I don't think we were good against Arsenal away. We got a 0-0 against Arsenal, but that was more so them being crap than it was us being good. You know what I'm saying? Struggled against Spurs away from home, 9 men, when they were down to 9 men. Didn't beat Tottenham at home. Drew 1-1 against that Spurs side. Lost away at Wolves. Lost away at Brighton. Lost away at Bournemouth when they were struggling earlier in the season. Who else, man? Even the home game against Brighton back in December on my birthday, we weren't great in that, but we won. Madrid, at the beginning of the season, Madrid were in a bad moment. They were not playing good football. They were struggling. You know what I'm saying? Atletico struggled at the beginning of the season. I can't name a game where we've played well. There might be one good performance this season, all around, and you can maybe say that's the Galatasaray game at home. Other than that, I don't think we played well in any game. Yeah, Ryan, Galatasaray, like I said, they're only a threat at their own ground. At the Galatasaray ground is where they're a threat because they drive off their fans, their emotion in the ground and the atmosphere. When they come away from home, you see them start to kind of crumble, and that's what happened to them. So I think that was more so, again, probably them being crap than it was us being good. And that's not me trying to be negative and put us down because we were good on the night. But not, they were just really bad, completely surrendered in that second half. But yeah, we're basically, this season, we've been individual brilliance FC. Whenever we've gotten a result, it's been because of individual brilliance from a player. That's the only reason we get results this season. We're so lucky that Szoboszlai's popped up 1 or 2 times this year with a free kick goal to bail us out. Or Mohamed Salah will pop up with a goal, even though he's not having a good game. Ekitike as well will pop up with a goal. Otherwise, we wouldn't be picking up much points. If it wasn't for those first 5 games of the season, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Arsenal, Burnley, and Everton, we'd been a lot worse off of a position now compared to where we are. You know, we were very lucky and fortunate that we won those first 5 games. Otherwise, our league position would look very different now. But back to the game, guys. I went a bit off topic there. And the first half was very flat. The crowd was at it. The atmosphere was buzzing. The fans were doing their best. They did their best. The fans were absolutely amazing. And I think, again, we showed why, in my opinion, we are the best fans in the world. But the players on the pitch, oh my God, so uninspiring to watch, so boring to watch, so lifeless. Zero urgency in that first half from us to score a goal. It is crazy when you're 2-0 down at home in a Champions League tie in a quarter final. It is mental. Andre, I said the same thing yesterday, bro. We are in trouble. I'm going to talk about Ekitike in a bit, but Ekitike now being out for a long time. And we know Isak, injury-wise, is very unreliable. We know he's got a bit. He's quite an injury-prone player. So what are we going to do there, Andre? Do we now have to go into the market and look for another striker potentially? Because I feel that's what we have to do. Because we could genuinely be in a position next season where we don't have a fit striker at one point. Because both of them are out. So I agree, Andre. It could be a big issue, and I think we need to look into the market now again in that area. And we have to find a starting right winger. We do, Andre. We've got a lot of work to do in the summer, man. A lot of work. And unfortunately, bro, I can't see FSG splashing another 500 million. I can't. Especially after what happened this season with Slot. You know, they weren't ever going to do it naturally. It was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. But even after seeing how Slot's done with money this season, I don't think they're going to look at it and think we want to give a new manager this much money because of how Slot's done with the money. So, ironically, Slot has kind of screwed up any chance of a new manager getting a decent kitty in the market, money-wise, for at least 2 seasons because of how bad he's done this year. Yo, big up Night Tom Kid, man. Big up yourself, brother. Legend in the building. Hope you well. But yeah, he's fucked up any chance that a new manager has of getting a decent amount of money in the summer. I do think FSG are going to be very, very tight with how much we spend. And I think we are going to probably have to let a couple of players go. Solanke, you keep Solanke, mate. We sold him for a reason. Not a Tom Kid. We sold that guy for a reason. We're not going to go back and get him now. But yeah, very lifeless first half, boring. Did Liverpool get into some good positions? Yes. But what have I said throughout the whole course of the season? We get into good positions and we don't do the brave thing. We do the cowardly thing. You get into a good position to put a cross in, you go back. Like, what the hell? Put a cross in, for crying out loud. See what happens. Instead, we recycle the ball over and over and over again. It was a dead first half. Paris Saint-Germain didn't have to do much in the first half. They didn't do much anyway. But they didn't have to do much. Like I said, they're 2-0 up. They're not the ones chasing the game. We are. They can just sit back and see what happens. They didn't take us seriously yesterday. Paris Saint-Germain did not take us seriously in that game. You could see they weren't taking us seriously. They weren't sitting themselves coming to Anfield. They weren't afraid. Oh my God, this is what we've come to, man. No one is taking our club seriously anymore. It is mental. Wirtz always gets in the box and does. He doesn't shoot enough tonight, Tom Kid. I agree. He doesn't shoot enough. He doesn't shoot enough, bro. Sorry, he doesn't shoot enough. God. The first half was boring. Like I said, you think that was going to be a good game based off of the first leg, the result of the first leg. You think it'd be a good game, but it was boring as hell. The other game was a lot more interesting, by the way. The Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona game was a lot more interesting of a game to watch. So if you were neutral, you would have been better off watching that game because it was better. Dembele was wasteful and still got a brace. Yeah, Dembele was wasteful, but he scored 2 goals at Anfield. He scored against us last season as well. At home. And he did it again this season. So the first half was shocking. I feel Slot got the team selection wrong because Isak was not anonymous in the game. He was, let's be honest, he was very anonymous in the game. Who else? A lot of the team was anonymous. A lot of them didn't step up, which is the worrying thing, considering how much the fans were behind them. And they didn't show nothing for it. Yo, big up Joshy J, mate. Hope you're doing well, brother. Pick up yourself, Joshy. But it's concerning for sure that you can't get yourselves up for a Champions League night at home when the fans are behind you and the crowd is that active. It's very, very concerning. You know what I'm saying? Van Dijk should have been the one to keep the players yesterday. He should have been the one to get the players up for it, motivated. He was here when we made that comeback against Barcelona in 2019. He was here. He should have been the team. And as the captain as well, I'd expect him to gear the team up, inspire the team, get them up and going. But he didn't. Szoboszlai didn't really get on. Nighttime Kid, no one really got going yesterday, man. No one really got going. The only real bright spark was, I think, when Rio came on. He looked decent, but no one got going yesterday at all. You're big up to Bus Baptiste, bro. Hope you're doing well, mate. Big up yourself, Bus Baptiste. What are your thoughts on yesterday's game, mate? Because I'm just very deflated and disappointed with the result. The first half was trash. Now the manager did make some changes at halftime. I think he realised he had to make a change and go for it and do something different. But the changes he made were suspect as hell. You take Isak off, which fair enough because he didn't do nothing in the game. But then you bring Cody Gakpo on. I mean, what is that all about? That is a very odd substitution. And then who else did he take off? He took Frimpong off, I believe. He took Frimpong off and he brought Gomez on. I mean, what are those subs all about? Can someone explain? I mean, I genuinely don't know what the hell that was about. But again, both of them two made no difference, as expected. Andre, tell me about it, man. Achilles is no joke, man. It is a bad injury. I don't wish that on any player. I genuinely don't. You know, and a lot of if you do get injured like that, there's a big chance that you don't come back the same player. I mean, I guess we'd have to take Darwin back. Yeah, man. Fucking hell. I'm looking forward to watching Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid tonight. That's gonna be epic. That'll be a good game, Josh EJ. That'll be a good game to watch for sure. I'll definitely be tuning into that as well. We had a decent team. It's our tactics which is ruining us. It took away our identity that we had for 60 years, even in bad times. Bus Baptiste, you're spot on, bro. Even in bad times back in the day, you know, Anfield on a European night was always a problem. You know, the team on the pitch might not have had the most talent, but you know that they'd give their best and they all. You know what I'm saying? You know that they fight for the badge, fight for the fans, and give their all on the pitch and give the opposition side a run for their money. This Liverpool side are just, it's one of the worst I've seen mentally for a while. Mentally, it's weak. And that's something I never thought I'd say about a Liverpool team, that we're weak mentally, but we are. We are incredibly, incredibly weak mentally. We don't have the mentality to go up against the PSG no more. We don't. Ekitike has been overplayed. He's had no choice now. Tom Kid Isak was out injured. What else were we supposed to do realistically? We had no choice but to overplay him. And I agree, he has been overplayed this season. There's more trouble coming. I feel so, Bus Baptiste. I genuinely do. Especially if Slot stays. If Slot stays this going into next season, there is trouble ahead for our football club. I'll tell you that much. We're going to go down a dark, dark road. So the owners need to do the right thing and get rid of him in the summer. Because I'm not putting up with another season like this. I'm not. Joshy J, appreciate that, mate. It's a shame. Yeah, it is a shame. It's a big shame, man. And you know what? I'll bring up the Ekitike news now that we're talking about it. So, when he went off yesterday, we could tell it was a pretty bad injury. He was in a lot of pain. Had to be stretched off the pitch. It did cause It did also cause Mohamed Salah to come on the pitch earlier than anticipated. But well, nighttime kid, you have to tell that to Slot, innit, bro? You'd have to tell that to Slot. But guys, if I just bring this up, Fabrizio Romano confirmed today that the Ekitike injury is a bad one. So as you guys can read there, I mean, oh my god. So he's confirmed that, if I just zoom in a bit as well so you can read it. Hugo Ekitike will be out for the 2026 World Cup, confirmed. Season over for Liverpool striker. Sources close to the player expect Hugo to be out for 8 to 9 months. Fucking hell. With an Achilles tendon injury, as Liquip reported. So Ekatike is out of the World Cup. I feel so bad for the kid, man. I think this is his first World Cup for France as well. I think this was going to be his first World Cup for France. And the fact that he's now going to miss it. Oh my God. I mean, he must have been so excited to go to that World Cup and play. Now he can't. He's going to have to wait another 4 years. And as for us, it's bad too. Because we now have him missing for 8 to 9 months. That not only takes him out for the rest of this season, but it also takes him out until early 2027. And like the chat said there, Achilles injury is no joke. It is a bad, bad injury. And there's every possibility that when he comes back, he's not the same player he was before. So, again, speedy recovery to Hugo. Wishing him all the best. Fingers crossed he has a speedy recovery. I hope that he can come back stronger and better when he does. But it's a bad one. It is a very bad injury. In the middle of next season, Virgil will say he's leaving. I expect that, Baptiste. I expect the Van Dijk announcement to come next season. Alisson the same. Now we need another striker as well. And Kanate is keeping us hanging on. It's bad times incoming. Baptiste, it's how do I say it? A lot of uncertainty at the moment around the club. We don't know what's going to happen with certain players. You know what I'm saying? Van Dijk, I expect, will move on next season. Ali, I think, as well, will also move on next season. Kanate, again, like you said, he's keeping us hanging by a thread. 1 minute he wants to extend, 1 minute he wants to go. We don't know what's happening there. Mo's off. Robbo's off. Gomez probably going to be off as well. So we're going to need this summer, guys. We're going to need 2 new centre backs, depending on if Kanate goes. 1 if he does stay. We're going to need a DM. We're going to need a right winger, a left winger, and now with the Ekatike injury, potentially a striker as well. Next summer, we're going to need another goalkeeper because Ali's gone. We're going to need another centre back because Virgil's gone. I mean, we've got to spend a lot of money, and I just don't see FSG doing that again. I don't. I swear, if Hugo comes back before Kulusevski, I'm going to flip. Is Kulusevski out for a long time as well? Night Tom Kid. All the experienced players are leaving. Yeah, Night Tom Kid, they are. They are. I think Alisson and Virgil will go next year. Robbo and Alisson are gone this year. They're all leaving, man. It's the end of an era. It really is the end of an era at the club, man. And I can't lie, Andre Baptiste. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I'm very, very concerned that Slot stays next season. I'm starting to get very concerned that they're going to keep him. From what I've been reading, from what I've seen other Liverpool content creators saying, I'm starting to get very, very worried that he's going to be here next season. I really am. I'm worried that we're going to keep him. Alonso's going to go elsewhere, and then we're going to end up sacking him, and then we're screwed because there's no one available. I'm concerned he stays. I was sure he'd go, but now I'm starting to think, no, they're going to keep him. Ekatike creates a lot of his own goals, which gets our midfield out of trouble a lot. Isak depends on balls coming to him inside the ball box. We don't have that team. We don't, Baptiste, exactly. We don't. They're 2 very different strikers, Baptiste. I think Ekatike is more of a technical striker, and you got Isak, who's more of the Haaland type who just bags you goals. But both of them are good to have in your team regardless. This summer, our whole... Yeah, exactly, Andre. The whole plans have just flipped like that. We've had a lot of work to do this summer. And we're going to have a lot of work to do next summer as well when Virgil and Ali leave, and we've got to replace them. Exactly, Andre. We're going to have to spend big again. And do you see FSG doing that 2 years in a row? I don't. I really don't. Especially if Slot's still here. You think they're going to give Slot more money after this summer? Not a chance. Which, again, makes even more sense to get rid of him in that case. It does. I was just going to say that. I think he stays, sadly. Andre, can you... How idiotic would it be to keep him? Genuinely. How idiotic would it be to keep that guy in charge? If they're so confident and they love him so much, since they obviously do, because I don't even think FSG loved Klopp as much as they love Slot. I genuinely feel like they love Slot a lot more because he's a yes man and they can push him around. Um, if they're so confident, why don't you give him a new deal? Where's the new deal gone that they were talking about in August? Why don't they give him a new deal if they love him so much? The dickheads, man, these lot are. They are dickheads. Anyhow he stays in the summer, oh my God. I'm not going to be happy, I'll tell you that much. And my love for the club is going to die. My love for this club is going to die if he's still here next season. I might have to take a step back from Liverpool content, seriously. I really will have to, because I'm not doing another season like this. Not a chance on earth. Kulusevski has been out for almost a year. Wow. Wow, Night Time Kid. That's mad. Speedy recovery for him, man, though. Andre, I think it's more so the sporting directors that back him because they don't want to admit that they were wrong because their egos are off the charts. And I feel FSG just go along with what they say, but it's a problem. I think he's staying over talk is a rebuild with him at the top for next season at least. We're finished. We are finished as a club if he's still here next season. They will spend, I think they'll give the clown even more money. If they give him more money, I mean, I'd rather bring another manager in and give him more money, man. Alonso is there. Xabi Alonso is there in the market. I mean, oh my God. Xabi Alonso's there. He's an ex-Liverpool player. He's got the connection to the club, the fans, the city. It's a perfect change. It's a logical change. It's a smart thing to do from a business perspective as well. Why are you going to keep Slot? Why? That's just silliness, Night Time Kid, man. Come on. That's just crazy to say. Just a slap in the face to Klopp. It is a huge slap in the face to Jurgen, Andre. It's a huge slap in the face to Jurgen. Get a club clear out, yeah. Big up to my brother King, man. Make sure you do so to my brother King, lads. Big up to my brother in the building. Big up. The Hugo news is devastating. It is, man. Out for 9 months. Going to miss the World Cup as well. Slot needs to be having. Yeah, he does, a King. But it's like I said, bro. I think at minimum he's here for the remainder of this season. I don't see a change happening, so we have to suck that up. And I can't lie, I feel a lot of us are feeling it as well. I'm starting to get concerned he's going to be here next season as well now. I really am. What money did Nighttime Kid? What money did he get at Madrid? What you on about? He didn't get no money at Madrid. Okay, look, this is something that I need to address now. At Real Madrid, managers don't have a say in who gets brought in and who gets taken out. The club make the signings for the manager. They throw the players at the manager and they tell the manager, "Here, these are the players. You work with them." Alonso had no say on who was brought in at Real Madrid. He didn't. So I don't know what you're trying to say here when you're saying, "Oh, he got money at Madrid and the system didn't work." He didn't. He didn't even get to play his system. Alonso plays 3 at the back. He had to bin his system because the players didn't want to fucking put the work in. So he had to bin his system and just rely on individual brilliance. So he didn't get to play his system because the players were too lazy to do it. Wasn't given a say on who he wanted brought in and who he wanted taken out. The manager was just given players and he was told to work with them. That's literally what Xabi Alonso was told to do. I mean, the guy tried to implement discipline and that didn't work either. So this talk about Alonso being suspect. No one can succeed at Real Madrid. No, he didn't. No, he didn't get players for his system. Chat, can you lot please explain tonight, Tom Kid, please? Because no, he didn't get players to play his system. Can someone in the chat please explain it tonight, Tom Kid, man? Because I can't, man. I mean, I'll just end up going on a rat, I swear. Thing is, Alonso did come in. He would want a rebuild as well. Just fuck it all depends on bring back Klopp. I'd bring back Jurgen in a heartbeat. If Jurgen wanted to come back to management to Liverpool, I'd bring him back. I'd bring him back in a heartbeat, man. We need him back. We need him. That shit's run by the players. Exactly, not Andre. Tell him, man. It's run by the president and the players. managers at the bottom of the pecking order. I'm actually lost at this. When did Alonso get players at Madrid this summer gone to play three at the back? I'm lost at that from Night Tom Kid. I genuinely am. To me, it seems like you're just trying to defend Real Madrid. That's what I'm getting off this convo. He never got players for his system. Three at the back won't work in the Liga. How do we know that? Think three at the back in the Prem. Just because Amorim didn't succeed with three at the back at United doesn't mean other managers aren't going to succeed with it. I feel people are just looking at what United have done, and because it didn't work for them, saying that it won't work for another club. You know what I'm saying? By the way, not to kid, I'm not having a pop at you, bro. So if it comes across like I'm having a pop at you, I'm not. I'm not. But yeah, Xabi Alonso, what happened at Madrid was out of the guy's control. You know what I mean? No one can succeed at that club unless you're a certain caliber. You just can't. But with Ekatike, lads, out till 2025, I'm gutted for the lad. Speedy recovery. Fingers crossed he can be back as soon as possible and he can be back even better. But yeah, gutting, man. So gutted he's going to miss that World Cup next year. So gutted for him. I'm delirious already. I haven't got 30 years waiting me. Listen, bro, we went 30 years without one league. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if we can go do that together, we can go do anything together, man. I swear. See, Andre, his comments last night, I think the opposite, you know. I think, personally, he was talking as if, well, the impression that I got, and I sent it to the group as well, to me, it felt like he was saying the future for the club is bright. A lot of players are going into their second season. It felt like he was saying the future for you guys is bright, but I'm not going to be here. You know what I'm saying? And I wish you guys well next year. That's the impression I was getting off of him. It kind of came across like he was saying the future for Liverpool is bright. Players are going into their second season, the ones that we bought. We bought a lot of good players. I'm not going to be here, but good luck to you. That's what I was getting, but I could be wrong. We all read things differently. Alonso doesn't need to play three at the back. Exactly. Yeah, he can adapt to the players. He can play four at the back, and he'll be good for Liverpool. There you go, man. King spitting facts, man. King saying it how it is. He doesn't have to necessarily play with three at the back. He's a flexible guy. You know, he can adapt to the players we have. Amorim wanted three at the back to work with a kid and a dunk. Yeah, United never had the players to do that, did they? So naturally, it's not going to succeed. I'm just saying I don't trust Alonso, but try with him, I guess. Night time, kid. When Alonso goes to another club and he does well, Madrid are the ones who are going to look like idiots. I'm telling you now. If he stays, I ain't watching that shit again. Andre, I'm just going to be putting match reactions out. I'm not going to do watch-alongs. I'm not going to be doing transfer talk. I'm going to purely watch games, do a match reaction, and then I'm off. My love for the club next season, my investment in the team next season is going to be very limited if he's here. I'm telling you now. I'm serious as well when I say that. He got a Bournemouth centre-back. Yeah, but nighttime kid, let's be honest, is that guy ever going to start for Madrid when you look at who they have at centre-back? Yeah, come on, nighttime kid, man. You're clutching at straws here, bro. You are clutching at absolute straws. By the way, guys, off topic, today is the anniversary of the Hillsborough tragedy. It is the anniversary today, if I can just bring that up. Don't want to dampen the mood, but the players, all the lads, went to the memorial to pay their respects, as you can see, lads, right here. Yeah, earlier today, Virgil and Slot, along with Kenny, were also there too. Respects being paid across Liverpool Football Club today to mark the 37th anniversary of the Hillsborough tragedy. A very sad event for our club, as we know, for football in general. And there's Slot and Virgil just taking some flowers there. You know, Kenny as well, King Kenny himself went with Desi and Russ. So yeah, all of our legends were there paying their respects on what marks a really, really sad day for our club. So yeah, 97 people went to the game, and fortunately never came back. It's a sad day, as you can see there. Anniversary being respect being paid by the players, and yeah, you know, gone but never forgotten people. Gone but never forgotten. Didn't want to dampen the mood, but I just thought we'd discuss that, seeing as it is the anniversary. Honestly, Andre, I don't know what's happened to McAllister. He looks a complete shadow of himself. The man's playing like he's 58. Real talk, his legs look gone, and he's in his prime. Compared to how consistent he was last year as well. I mean, I don't know what's happened to that guy, but he should not be playing week in, week out for us. I'll tell you that much. He should be dropped. Man's 58. He's playing like he's 58 and he's in his prime. It's mad. He's had a big fall off, man. If he balls out at the World Cup, man, oh my God, Andre. Imagine. Yeah, McAllister has fallen off, Nighttime Kid. He's fallen off big time this season. Again, I think a lot of that is to do with the manager as well, not getting the best out of him. Again, he also has to take some accountability as well for just not being up to the standard this year. He's been very, very poor. After the game, again, people, the reporters had the cheek to mention Diogo again. The reporters had the cheek, the pundits had the cheek to mention Diogo again after the game. They really have no shame, do they? They really have no shame. And this person here, this is perfectly said, by the way, lads. I agree with everything this guy said, whoever he is. Can't believe they've had the cheek to bring this up again, you know. Just read that, lads. That is perfect. Perfectly said, in my opinion. I'm going to zoom in as well so you guys can read it. Oh, my God. There you go, lads. That is perfectly said. Read that. Diogo Jota's death was a tragedy. Continuously bringing it up and weaponizing it in a football context is incredibly disasterful and it is disrespectful to his memory and his family. Adam Joseph, whoever you are, mate, well done, because you said it perfectly. I can't believe they had the cheek again to bring this up. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. They really have no shame, some of these pundits. They really have no shame, do they? Again, first it was our sporting director doing it. Now we've got pundits doing it as well. Adam, whoever this guy is, has said it perfectly there. It's a tragedy, but now that they're continuously bringing it up and they're weaponizing it, because they are weaponizing it and trying to use it as an excuse, it's incredibly disrespectful and disasterful to his family and memory. So big up to that guy, man. Whoever he is, said it how it is. I agree with everything he said. We should sell Maka now. No, not to the Manx bus, please. Forget that. If we're gonna sell McAllister, sell him aboard to La Liga. To the Manx, no, that's never gonna happen, bro, at all. I did have a feeling that McAllister could be Madrid bound, you know, at one point. Last season, I felt like if he continues to play the way he is, I could see Madrid coming for him in a couple of years' time. But the drop off this year, I can't see Real Madrid being interested in that guy now. I genuinely can't. Are we in trouble for these last few games? I think we are, Andre. Look at who we've got coming up. Everton away, the first derby game at the new ground this weekend. They are going to be rocking. The atmosphere is going to be rocking. I don't trust us there. I don't trust us to get a win. And I don't even trust us to get a point. I think we're going to lose that. After that, you've got Palace at home. Palace are going to be playing on Thursday, so they're going to have a hangover, as that is a Sunday game. But Palace are a bogey team. We haven't beaten them for a while. After that, United away. Oh, my God. Manchester United away at Old Trafford. Not confident there. After that, Chelsea at home. Biggest mid-off ever because both of us are crap. Both of us are terrible. Then you've got Villa away after that. Ugh. And you've got Brentford at home final week. We're in trouble, Andre. We are in big trouble. And the way we're playing as well, I don't trust us to get points where we need them. Wirtz plays different. He does play different in Germany, Nighttime Kid. For Germany, he looks brilliant. He's balling out left, right, and centre, looking great. I mean, it comes back to Liverpool and he looks a complete shell of himself. I'm going to be careful here, but his death is tragic, but can't be used to say that's why players are sitting. Nighttime Kid, I agree. It's pathetic how people are latching onto this deliberately, and they're not even using it as a way of showing respect. They're just using it to weaponize it and throw it out there as an excuse. It is genuinely pathetic. It genuinely is. And it angers me, which is why I try my best to avoid it. Real talk. I try my best to avoid it. But yeah, lads, we were there in that first half. Yeah. Second half, Liverpool looked a little bit more lively. We were awarded a penalty, but it was disallowed. Now, I think it was a penalty personally. A couple other people didn't, which is fair enough. We all have our different opinions on matters, but yeah, I thought it was a penalty wrongfully disallowed. I'm not going to blame that on the penalty, though. I'm not going to blame us going out yesterday on that penalty because ultimately we had chances in the game to put some pressure on and get a goal back, and we didn't take them. We didn't. So we only have ourselves to blame. Had chances in that second half, were wasteful. PSG get one chance, bag, boom, scored 1-0. They get a second chance, boom, 2-0. So they come Anfield, they beat us at Anfield again 2-0, and they beat us 4-0 on aggregate on the tie, which could have been a lot worse if it wasn't for that first leg. Mohammed making all them saves, that would have been a lot worse on aggregate for us. It genuinely would have. So we can be lucky that it was only 4-0. Difference in quality between both sides is crazy. You can see why they are where they are and why we are where they are. Why we are where we are. The football they play compared to the football we play, it's night and day. It's night and day. We deservedly went out yesterday. You know, the players need to be ashamed of themselves for putting in a performance like that. We are in trouble times 1,000. These last games are games that are tricky when we are playing well. It is, Baptiste, it is, man. I think is we're not even playing well. I mean, we're gonna go away to Old Trafford, Villa, Everton. These are tough grounds to go to, man. If we don't get in the Champions League, we don't get paid by Adidas. Damn right, Slot was right when he said we have to sell to buy. We do. But Baptiste, if we don't get Champions League football, it's bad for us. And that will be the excuse as well. That will be the excuse when we don't spend money. That's exactly what they did in 23-24 when we missed out on UCL. They said, we don't have the Champions League money, so we can't invest as much as we want to. Like they invest when we're in a Champions League season anyway, because they don't. But apparently we couldn't invest because of that. So if we don't get UCL, that's going to be the excuse. We don't have the money. We don't have the funds and the money to invest as much as we want, which is just pathetic. They think we're idiots, man. They genuinely think we're idiots, don't they? You know what I'm saying? When we're in the Champions League season, we don't invest. And then they turn around and say in the Europa League season, we can't invest because we don't have the money. When you do have the money, you don't do nothing with it either. Oh, my God. FSG, man. What a way to undo all the good work you did in the summer. You know, just when you thought they were turning a corner, they were showing some ambition. This season happens, they keep Slot longer than he needs to be here. And now it looks like they want to keep him in going into next season as well. What a way to undo everything you did well in the summer, right? I can't lie, you got away with a pen in the first leg. We did not, Tom Kid. Kanate did get away with a pen in the first leg. I agree. It is annoying, man. It genuinely is annoying, people. Genuinely, man. If Villa win the Europa League, Liverpool can finish 6th and get Champions League. Can't? Yes, Ryan, we can. Yes, bro. Yes. If Villa win the Europa League, guys, 6th place also becomes a Champions League spot. And ironically, I think Villa are going to win the Europa League. So what's going to happen is one of Chelsea or Liverpool is going to end up getting lucky and getting Champions League thanks to Villa winning the Europa League. I think top 6 is going to be City, Arsenal, United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Villa in no particular order. That's what I think is going to happen. And I think one of us out of Chelsea and Liverpool is going to get lucky. We're going to get lucky. Yo, big up to LFC Network, man. Big up yourself, brother. Hope you're doing well, mate. Big up yourself, mate. But, yeah, I can just see that happening, but I think someone's going to get fortunate as fuck. Guys, actually, if you look at the stats from yesterday's game, I'm going to bring the stats up in a minute. Here we go. If you look at the stats, We had more of the ball, which is crazy. Look at that. We actually had more of the ball in yesterday's game. 21 shots. We had more possession, which is mad because Paris Saint-Germain are so good at keeping the ball. The fact that we had more of it, but we didn't do fuck all with it, says a lot. Genuinely says a lot. But we had more of the ball. And it shows that Paris Saint-Germain came with the game plan of just, we're not taking you guys seriously. You guys have the ball, see what you can do. And we were clueless with it. Absolutely clueless with it. Big up, bro. Hope you're doing well, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, LFC Network, man. I think you'll finish above Chelsea, to be honest. They're looking poor as well. We're both looking poor on Ryan. Honestly, would I say we're a bit better than them at the moment? I don't even know if I'd say that. I think we're both equally as shit as each other. I genuinely do. So I think we'll finish above them, but just about. You know what I'm saying? I think we'll get fifth, they'll get sixth. And I think the Villa win the Europa League and Chelsea get Champions League football because of that. So like I said, someone's going to get lucky. Someone's going to get incredibly lucky. But guys, we're out of the Champions League. This is a trophyless season now. We're not going to win nothing this year. It is criminal that we've spent 5 mil in the summer. All that money, brought in all the talent, and we're going to go trophyless in the first year of it. It is genuinely shocking. Sideways and backwards. That's what stopped us even after having attempts at goal. Exactly, Bus Baptiste. No urgency, man. Playing it around. Playing the ball around like we're 2-0 up, 3-0 up. It's crazy. Where's the urgency? Where's the intent? Where's the want? Where's the desire? There was no desire in that first half. There was no urgency in that first half at all, which is crazy. Second half was a bit better. We did show a bit more urgency. But then there's no clinicalness. You know what I'm saying? No one's being clinical. You know what I'm saying? People are shooting, missing. You know what I'm saying? We had a chance to bag a goal before they scored theirs. We had numerous chances to score at least one goal to put some pressure on. And we didn't do it. We didn't do it. They were clinical with their chance. They got one. Boom. 1-0. They got another. Boom. 2-0. The quality level between us and them, it's night and day. We are an incredibly poorly coached side. It's blatantly obvious how poorly coached we are. Exactly, Bus Baptiste. Possession only works if you're winning. And possession only means anything if you do something with it. PSG must have been thinking let's ease off the guy. They did. They took it easy on us, Bus Baptiste. If they wanted, they could have rocked up yesterday with the same intent and desire that they had from that first leg. And it could have been a rough night. But they took it easy on us. The quality level between a Paris Saint-Germain and a Liverpool, or even a Bayern Munich and a Liverpool, it's night and day. PSG are a team that play exciting football. You actually want to watch them. You enjoy watching them because they're so good to watch. They have an elite manager. They have great technical players at their disposal. Everything that they are, we are the opposite of. We have an inept manager. We play horrendous football. We're poor to watch. No one wants to watch us because we're that bad. We have decent players, but our coach has zero clue and idea how to get the best out of them. Difference is night and day. Even Bayern Munich, look how good Bayern Munich are, lads. Bayern Munich are another team that are coached so brilliantly by their coach manager. Play some really good football. Exciting to watch. You want to watch them. Barcelona as well. They went out yesterday, but they gave it a go. They made it entertaining. Everything these club teams are, we used to be under Jurgen. We used to be. Bayern and PSG are both extremely good to watch. Hope either of them wins the Champions League now, Barcelona. It'll be one of those two, Ryan. It's going to be one of those two. I'm sure that one of those two ends up winning the Champions League this season. If it's not Bayern, it's PSG. If it's not PSG, it's Bayern. I'm edging towards Bayern because I think they're a little bit more solid than Paris Saint-Germain this season. But honestly, it wouldn't be surprised if Paris Saint-Germain go back-to-back. They're both such good sides. You know, Bayern are going to absolutely dispatch of that shocking Madrid side today. They are going to absolutely dispatch and tear that Madrid team to pieces. And I can't wait to see that. Thing is, we could have that attractive attacking football if you start said, okay, lads, let's do it your way. Exactly, Bus Baptiste. Exactly. If he just decided to ditch his style of play and go back to what was working well last season and what's been working well for us over the last couple of years, we'd look a lot better. But he just doesn't have it in him to do it. He's just too stubborn. Bus Baptiste, he's too stubborn, man. He can't be here next season. He can't. It will be the death of our football club. Genuinely. It's genuinely going to be the death of our football club. Because we're headed nowhere. We are headed nowhere under this guy. He won us the league last year. Fair play, cool. Happy days. Thank you for the number 20. But it's now time to go. It is now time to go. You can't just live off reputation. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying if a manager wins you a league and then has you in a relegation battle a year after, oh, because you won us the league, we got to keep him. No, you don't. You're going to go down, you idiot, if you keep him. Sometimes you've got to make the tough decisions. And unfortunately, it looks like our owners don't want to make the tough decisions. 4-1 Bayern. I think 3-1, Ryan. But I think it's going to be a comfortable evening for Bayern Munich. I genuinely do. Madrid are trash. He's far too removed from the people in and around Liverpool. Exactly, Bus Baptiste. That's another thing. He doesn't get the culture around Liverpool. He doesn't get the culture. He doesn't get the people. He doesn't get the club. He doesn't get the city. He's not immersed in Liverpool. He doesn't even live in Liverpool, Bus Baptiste. He lives in the outskirts of Manchester. He doesn't live in the city, which says it all to me. He's never committed completely to Liverpool since he's joined. And that's an issue. Night Tom Kid, it ain't happening, bro. Keep dreaming, bro. They're getting smoked today. They got smoked at their own ground by Bayern. They're lucky it was only 2-1. At the Bernabeu, Bayern rocked up and made it their home. Madrid are getting an absolute arse whooping today. A big one as well. 3-1 Madrid. Never happening, brother. Never happening. Diaz is going to feast again. My baller, Luis Diaz, going to feast against that Madrid defence. No Courtois in goal. They got that brother Lunin. He's going to sip a couple of goals. It's going to be comfortable for Bayern. It is going to be a comfortable evening. Arsenal ended the heritage last year, Night Tom Kid. Bayern are going to put belt to Arsenal. Exactly, heritage. Man are talking about Madrid's heritage, man, in 2026. After they held a spanking to Arsenal over 2 legs last season. Get out of here, man, Madrid and heritage. Man said, we are Mr. UCL. Past, bro. It's in the past. What have you done recently? Nothing. Nothing, bro. Man held the L to Arsenal over 2 legs last season. Dead team, bro. Dead team. Going to get smoked today as well. They got battered at the Bernabeu last week. They're very lucky that Bayern couldn't finish their dinner. They got smoked. Did you hear Elijah Vartel? I didn't hear, but I don't listen to that guy, but I got no reason to listen to him. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I heard he was talking some rubbish as per usual. Can't say I'm surprised though. We have the most UCLs. I don't care, bro. Madrid are trash. What have they done recently? Nothing. You doing a watch long with Vids? No, Tom Kid, I'm going to let him and Chris do that together because they've got the watch long later tonight for the Arsenal Sporting game. That's going to be guys, don't watch that Arsenal Sporting game. Don't watch that. If you're going to watch a game, watch the Arsenal Bayern one because that is the one to watch. Do not torture yourself by watching that Arsenal game because it's going to be a bad watch for Venuccio. I'm telling you now. I'm certainly not watching it. And if you're an Arsenal fan, I feel for you because that is going to be a boring game of football. Boring. But the Madrid-Bayern game is going to be a good game of football. I have a feeling. You know when you have a feeling that the game's going to be good? I get that feeling today for the Madrid-Bayern game. Good for Bayern. Bad for Madrid, though. And by the way, big Real Madrid are about to go trophyless for 2 seasons in a row. They didn't win a trophy last year. They're not going to win one this year. Standards are slipping over at Madrid. 2 years in a row. Can't just ignore that now. Standards are slipping over there. He said this is the first time in Arsenal's history that we have got to the quarterfinal 2 years in a row. His face was a picture. He's a big up Arteta, man. He's a meme. Big him up, man. If it wasn't for him, a lot of us wouldn't have no entertainment. Big him up, man. Him and his ludicrous things that he says. That is a crazy thing to say, man. Bro, I like when you stream, man. Oh, night time kid, I'll see you, bro. I might have something I've got to do later on tonight, but if Vidge is happy with me coming on for the Arsenal game, I'll hop on for sure. 100%. 100%, man. As for what's next for Liverpool, then, guys, the last bit of the talking point before I do head off. Well, we're out of the Champions League now, so that's over. People that said we were going to win it, we were never going to win it. Let's be honest. We were always going to come up unstuck against the proper side. Man's doing Arsenal hate watch. We were never going to come up. We were always going to come up unstuck in this game. Our season's pretty much done from a trophy perspective. No, Tom Kid, I won the league last season, brother. I won the league last year. Pipe down, bro. I won the league last year. Who have you got at the weekend, Prophet? We've got the Ryan, the Merseyside derby. First derby at the new ground, at the Dickinson ground. This weekend. I'm really not looking forward to that. Really not looking forward to that. Coming off the back of that defeat as well yesterday. Going into that game away. Ugh. But yeah, season's over. We ain't winning nothing this year. We're only playing for one thing now, and that's the top 5. We're going to have to nail down a top 5 finish somehow and make sure we qualify for the UCL next season. Nonetheless, this season has been shocking, disgraceful, nowhere near good enough. And Slot, even if he gets top 5, it shouldn't be enough to keep him. If it does, it will just show how little our club care about us and the standards are low. Oh, Ryan, it's going to be a torturous game. It is going to be a torturous game. We haven't beaten we haven't, Ryan. Christmas 2021 was the last time we won there. It's a tough ground to go. And the first derby at the new ground as well. The first derby at their new ground. You think they're not going to be up for it? They are going to be rocking. That place is going to be rocking, man. I seriously doubt we're going to get a good result this weekend. I doubt it. I think we could get another bad one. I really do. I really do, man. Ryan, the atmosphere is gonna be crazy. They're gonna want to beat us. First derby at the new ground. They're gonna want to beat us. They always give us a tough game though at their ground. It ends in a draw most of the time for a reason. Because they rock up, they turn up. You know what I'm saying? Big up to AJ, man. Hope you're doing well in the building. AJ's predicting 3-1 Everton. Do I want to give my score prediction now? I've actually predicted a 2-2 for the game, guys. I've predicted a 2-2 draw for that derby, which isn't great, but is what it is. I didn't want to reveal my score prediction, but I'll just tell you guys now. I think that'll be 2-2 this weekend. Big up, AJ. Appreciate you being in the building, mate. Thank you for everyone who's liked. I appreciate that. We'll take that any day of the week. Big up. But yeah, it's just about a top 5 finish now. That's all we're playing for. And we'll have to see if we have the ability to get that done. Because Villa are right up there. Chelsea is still up there. Brentford and Everton are right behind us. So it'll be an interesting end to the season. I'll certainly say that. I just hope now we can kick on and have a decent end to the year and go again in the summer. That's my hope. That is my hope, man. From a performance perspective yesterday, was it bad? It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't good enough for what we need on the night. It just wasn't. No, it just wasn't good enough. And yeah, man, it's not great at the moment. It's not been a great season for me, and I'll certainly be glad when it's over. I'll say that for sure. Thank you, AJ. I didn't even know that. Thank you, bro. Thank you, everyone who subbed. 710 subs. We're getting closer and closer to a 1K. So big up to everyone who subbed, man. Positive vibes. Whoever is the manager versus Liverpool back then. Yeah, whoever it is, man. We back Liverpool, man. I could care less who the manager is, Bus Baptiste. I just want to see us winning. That's all I want to see. I want to see us winning. Could care less who the coach is. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that a lot. Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. Big up, Adam, bro. Hope you're doing well, mate. Big up yourself. But I'm just disappointed. I'm just really disappointed with the way the season's gone. Very, very upset. I didn't expect this at the beginning of a season, but this is life, man. Sometimes it doesn't go how you expect it to go, innit? And we'll see what happens. Let's see if we can have a positive end to the season. If not, it is what it is, man. Innit? You know, we've been through worse shit, man. If we end up in the Europa League again, we end up in the Europa League again. You know what I'm saying? We've been through worse shit as Liverpool fans, man. And we can get through the hard times together. You know, if we can go 30 years without a league title, we can do anything, I swear. So the good times will be back, hopefully, guys. The good times will be back. But yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, what a fucking weird season it's been, right? What a weird season. Yeah, but look, if we can go 30 years without a league, we can do anything together, man. You know what I'm saying? If we can, deal with everything we've dealt with the last year, with the tragedies and that, we can get to anything together. Real talk. Just if we stick by it, if we continue backing the team, hopefully the good times return again. You know what I'm saying? We suffered under Jurgen, didn't we? It wasn't always plain sailing under Jurgen. We had tough moments, but the good times came back regardless, didn't they? So hopefully this season's just a blip, and next season we can get back to our normal level. All right, night time, kid. As for slot, I'm still 60. I'm gonna go 60-40 on it. I'm gonna go 60% that he goes, 40% he stays. It's close. 60-40 is the highest I'm gonna go on that. There's a possibility, guys. I'm telling you now. There's a genuine possibility that he's still the manager next season. Don't rule it out. Do not rule it out. But I just think with Xabi Alonso there, I think the changes will get made because he's available. Let's say Alonso wasn't available, I would have said we're going to keep Slot. But because he's there in the market, as I've said before, they'd be crazy to just let this opportunity go by. You won't win Europa. We're 6-time winners of the Champions League, night time, kid. We're 6 times winners of the Champions League. How many Champions Leagues have your club got? 0. That's right. I don't want to send for Tottenham, bro, but if you start sending for my club, I will send for your club. I will. I'll do it. Big up Gavin, mate. Big up yourself, Gavin. Big up yourself, Gavin, brother. Hope you're well. Man said we can't win Europa, that we didn't beat his team in a Champions League final back in 2019. I swear, night time, kid. Sometimes you don't think before you speak. You just say stuff. I swear down, man. Real talk. Real talk, man. But a lot of work to be done in the summer, guys, for sure. This summer, there's going to be a lot of work to be done. Next season, there's going to be work to be done as well. So, we'll see what happens, man. Money's got to be spent. FSG are going to have to break the checkbook out again. Will they do that? We'll have to wait and see. Big up everyone, man. Big up to you all. Disappointing result, man, yesterday, but we move forward, man. It is what it is. Trophy the season, it is what it is, man. Innit? It is what it is. Let's look ahead to the weekend, see what happens this weekend against Everton. That's all I can say, lads. That's all I can say. On to the next. On to the next. But guys, it's been a great talk as always. I'm going to head off. I'm getting under your skin. No, you're not getting under my skin. You can't rattle me, mate. You might be able to get to Asta and Vids, bro, but you ain't going to rattle me. I'm saying you can't, if respectfully, bro, I don't even want to send for Tottenham, but you can't talk to my club when it comes to trophies or anything. You can't. We are superior to you in every way. I don't want to send for Tottenham. I don't have an issue with your club. But if you're going to send for mine, I'll send for yours. But respectfully, you got nothing you can say to my club because we are superior to yours in every way possible. But anyway, lads, having said that, I'm going to head off. It's been a great talk. Appreciate everyone who's locked in. It's a disappointing result yesterday. It is what it is, man. We move forward. We look ahead to the next game. Let's see if we can have a solid end to the season now. Hopefully we can. But we'll see how it goes. It is what it is, man. If we end up in 6th, 7th, whatever, it is what it is. I'll still be supporting the team next year. I've got to back the boys no matter what, innit? But yeah, big up to everyone in the chat. A quick roll call before I do head off. Big up to Nighttime Kid. Big up to Joshy J. Big up to AJ. Big up to Gavin. Big up to Bush Baptiste. Appreciate you being in, brother. Big up Adam. Big up Ryan. Who else was in here earlier? Appreciate all of you that have locked in, man. It means a lot. Genuinely means a lot. Big up to LFC Network, mate. Appreciate you being in, brother. Appreciate you being in. Make sure you do sub to LFC Network as well, man. Big up to Andre. Big up to my brother King. Make sure you sub to my brother King. Another one of the fellows up at the realist. And is there anyone that I've missed? Is there anyone else in here? And big up to Mob Boss as well. Big up to Mob Boss, lads. Appreciate you all being in the building. Big up to every single one of you. Poo-pooing that, you know. Big up, man. Big up, lads. I'll speak to you all in a bit. Liverpool profit out. Disappointing, but we move forward, man. That's all we can do. All we can do is look ahead. So, yeah, in a bit. Laters. Peace.